Hey guys, and happy Homebrew Wednesday. Hopefully this will actually go out on a Wednesday this week. It's been a while since it actually has. It's actually only Tuesday here today, but I've got something on after work tomorrow, so I know I'm not going to get to make a video. So first of all, cheers. Oh, what a difference a week makes. That beer was pretty average. I think I said in my last video that I wasn't that happy with it. I don't know if you're able to see, it's clearing up real nice. I had it after about 10 days and it wasn't great. I was a bit underwhelmed by it, but wow, that's gotten so much better. That's such a nice beer. That's probably one of my favourites. It's gone from one of my least favourites to my favourites. Just that extra couple of days. So that's been in the bottle now for 16 days. And that's fantastic. There's going to be a lot of those drunk on the weekend, I can tell you. The weather's cooled down here a little bit in Sydney. It's been about 35 degrees Celsius every day for like the past 9-10 days. But from tomorrow, I think it's just starting to drop down around the 24-25 mark. I've actually just planned my next beer. So Tony Yates, who I've linked to previously, he put me onto a website that's got some good recipes because I was looking at doing a brown ale. And I've come up with one. So I'll read you out the recipe as to what I'm going to do. It's going to be 1.5 kilograms of Cooper's unhopped light malt extract. So it's a liquid malt extract. A kilo of light dried malt extract. 500 to 600 grams of Crystal 60. About 300 grams of Vienna malt. 250 grams of chocolate malt. The recipe calls for a little bit of yeast nutrient. I've never used a yeast nutrient, but it's in the recipe, so do you know what, I'm going to grab it. It probably doesn't need it, but I'm going to get it. Now with the hops, I have changed the hops that I'm going to be from the recipe. The recipe called for English Target hops. Now I can't find that anywhere. I tried all of the local homebrew shop websites. None of them had English Target hops. From talking to a couple of people on some forums, mainly 17 Brew Crew, I was sort of advised that the closest I'm going to get is probably East Kent Golding. So all the shops have got that, so I'm grabbing that. It only uses about 20 grams. I may bump that a little bit. I'm not sure. Now it also had to finish with 7 grams of a different hop. I can't remember the name of it, but the smallest bag that I was able to get was 250 grams and only needs 7. So it seemed like a bit of a waste because it was about 20 bucks. So the close one for that was Styrian Golding, and that comes in 10 gram bags and it's only calling for 7, so I'll probably just use 10 grams of that and it's about $3, so I'm going to do that. Yeast, it was calling for WLP 002, the liquid yeast from White Labs. I'm not going to do that just because I've actually got a US04 in the fridge downstairs, which is an ale yeast. And I haven't used it, it's just sitting in the fridge, so I thought it's probably worth using it up. And then 200 grams or so of dextrose at the end for just to bump the alcohol a little bit. According to the recipe, it comes out at about 4.7%, which is ideal, so we'll see how that goes. I'm going to be making some more jerky as well, probably this weekend, maybe next weekend. I'll definitely record that because it's so easy. And I think you guys will really like it. Jerky is one of the things that you can make it as hard as you like or as easy as you like. Generally, if I'm smoking some meat, towards the end I'll just throw some jerky on and just let the radiant sort of heat of the barbecue. I mean, I've already got the heat there, I may as well use it, so I'll throw it on and just make some jerky. But I'll probably do this a lot in the oven, it's just easier. I've hurt my back recently, and tending to a charcoal barbecue is just going to be a nightmare with my back how it is, so I'll probably just do it all in the oven. It's so simple, it could not be easier. So if I do make it on the weekend, which I'm hoping to, then I'll put a video up. Pardon me. The only concern with this batch that I'm going to make is the temperature. Like I said, it's been really warm here, so the US04 will probably be a big help for that because it can take a higher temperature. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep the temperature in my fermenter below 20 degrees at the moment, which is what a lot of those ale liquid strains call for. And I just don't see me being able to do it just like I said, we're having 35 plus days here at the moment, and it's just that time of year where you don't know what the weather's going to be doing day to day. You know, like it was 34 here today, and I think it's going to be 23 tomorrow. So I think with the USO4, I get a lot more durability with temperature. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm not going to be brewing it until next weekend anyway. I may get this stuff this week just so I've got it, but I might not actually, because there's a decent amount of grain in it, and I don't really want to crack it too early because I don't have a grain mill, so I'll be getting a shot to crack it. They do a really good job actually. It's still hand cranked for small amounts that I get. I find some of the mechanical cranks actually tend to rip the grain as opposed to sort of crush it, and I'm not too fond of that. I think if I was going to do it myself, I'd be doing it by hand, and because I'm only getting a couple of 100 grams at a time. I mean, I can understand the guy doesn't want to mill 25 kilograms of grain by hand, but I mean, most people ordering that amount have probably got their own mills at home anyway with a drill or something. But yeah, I mean, this beer's blown me away. It has absolutely blown me away on how much it's changed in a few days. Like I said, it was in 6 days. In 6 days, that's gone from I don't really like it. Well, sorry, not that I don't really like it. In 6 days, it's gone from it's okay, not overly pleased with it, to that's real nice. I'm going to get a couple of my mates to try that. The hops never came. I was hoping the hops might come on a bit, but they just haven't. But I think I'll get a couple of mates to try that, because that's a winner. I'm going to have to now go through and find exactly what I did. I didn't actually record it, so I'm going to have to try and find out exactly what I did. But I don't know, this is the first beer I've brewed that's got grains in it. Maybe that's what happens with grains. They just need that bit of time to come out. You know, I know the hops sort of mellow over time. Maybe grains intensify. I don't know. But it's real clear, real clear. For the sort of beer that it is, it's really clear. I mean, you can't really see it on there, I guess, but yeah, you can see my finger going behind it, and that's with no light on it. Apart from that, there's nothing exciting happening. Looking forward to doing this brown ale. It's going to be really, really interesting, because I'm going to get a Newcastle brown and compare them side by side. I think I'll even do a blind taste. I think I might get the wife to set it up, pour me one, taste it, pour the other, and see what I prefer. I'm not expecting to be competing with that sort of level of beer, that's for sure. But be interesting to see. Had a lazy weekend. Actually just pretty much watched brewing videos all day Sunday. That's all I did. I was that bored. It was just sort of too hot to really do anything. And Saturday I spent the entire day in the pool. There's my monitor turning off. I spent the entire day in my parents' pool. It was 36 degrees on Saturday, so I was underwater for most of it. Drinking probably the only commercial beer that I can sort of handle anymore. I found that definitely starting home brewing for 6 months now or so, it's killed, as it would have for all of you guys, it's killed commercial beer. I actually find it difficult now going to the pub. I can't just get your standard like Carlton Draft or whatever, which is, you know, beer in Australia, because it just tastes crap. I know I need to try and get a pale ale or something, and it always costs more. So of course when you're buying the round, you're the guy getting the expensive beers, but it's definitely killed a little bit of cheap beer for me, which I guess in a way is bad, because I can't really enjoy a cheap beer anymore, but also, you know, I'm tasting really, really nice beer. But I was drinking Heineken on the weekend, and Heineken's probably one of the few beers that I can still drink and enjoy. I know I've said it, I'm blown away. I can't believe that in 6 days, that's gone from average to one of my favourites. That is unbelievable how much that beer has changed. I know it was too young when I tried it, because I know I could see little bits of yeast and that still floating in it when I tried the first one. I was just interested to actually give it a try, but it definitely wasn't ready for that. That's blown me away. I bottled the Cerveza on the weekend. Yesterday, actually. Was it yesterday? No, Sunday. I bottled the Cerveza. Crystal clear out of the fermenter. The clearest I've ever had a beer. So I'd be really keen to see how that comes out of the bottle in a couple of weeks. But it was crystal clear. I poured some into just like a glass cup. There was just like a smidge left at the end, and that even had just a bit of the crap at the bottom in it, and it was crystal clear. So really, really excited to see how that goes. I know it's probably going to haze up in the fridge and whatnot, but really excited to see if that stays clear. Because it's kind of what you want in that style of beer, is staying clear. I'm going to buy in the next couple of weeks, probably next weekend or something, when we do the groceries next, just some lime juice. I know fresh lime's obviously best, but limes are so expensive here at the moment. And if I'm going to be having, I mean, this is a pint glass, and it only fits, it's 1.5 bottles will go into this. As in, I've got to put a bottle in and then another half, because only half the bottle fits in or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? Like this, my glass doesn't fit the whole bottle. So if I'm having sort of 2 glasses of beer in one, and I'm putting half a lime or something into each, it's going to cost me a fortune in limes. So I might just buy some natural bottled lime juice and just like squirt it in, because you've got to have Corona and lime. As much as it's not Corona, it's just a Mexican Cerveza. Corona is the Mexican Cerveza, isn't it? There's another beer that I love, speaking of Cervezas, called Pacifico. I think it's Cuban. Pacifico, I think it's a Cuban beer. That could be completely wrong. Not completely wrong. But geez, it's nice. Real hard to get here in Australia. I've only found one bottle shop that can get it, and it's a random little place. Like, it's not a chain. It's basically just like a privately owned bottle shop, and they have it. Nowhere else has it. But geez, it's nice. It's almost like it's a Cerveza, but it's got something to it. It's almost malty. So I wouldn't be surprised if they got some malt in it or something. I don't know. There's just something else in it that's not just like a Corona. So if you ever see Pacifico, give it a try. Really, really nice beer. And as Cervezas go, it's by far and away the best. Really is. Really nice. But look, that's it from me. Real quick one this week. This was just a bit of a ramble. I haven't got time to do one tomorrow, so I just sort of throw one together, and there's not a great deal going on. I think I only made the last Brew Wednesday, I think on Thursday, so now it's Tuesday, it's only been a couple of days. But as always, if like, comment, subscribe on anything you like. I'll put my social media and whatnot down below. Probably recommend Instagram if you haven't. There is a Facebook page, which, it's funny, the Facebook page gets probably 20 views a week, but I think there's only like 2 people have actually liked it. But in fairness, I don't really do anything on it, so maybe that's why no one likes it. Maybe I should post a bit more on it, and maybe some more people will like it. But the Instagram's going really well as of right now. Let me just quickly pull it up, just to have a look at how it's actually going. But I think we're over 50 followers now. Yeah, 54 followers. About 40 odd posts up there. So yeah, really, really good. The Twitter gets quite a few likes and follows. I think that's more used by people maybe. But yeah, anyway, that's it from me. Thank you again for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll put a link to the recipe I'm doing. Actually, I won't put a link to the recipe I'm doing because I've changed it quite a bit. So what I'll actually do, I'll just put the recipe that I'm actually going to do below, and then I'll do a tasting probably in a couple of weeks. Maybe it'll probably be about a month's time by the time I actually brew it and do the tasting, and I'll relink it there. But anyway, outside of that, everyone have a great day. Hope you've got something brewing or something to drink, and I'll speak to you next. Thanks, bye.